I'm going to do a series of Rook Endgame videos. I'm going to try to teach every possible basic Rook Endgame. Um, and they're not also basic, but they are really useful. And I'm unlike most people who would just teach you the Lucena and the Philidor and expect that to be enough. I'm going to show you a lot more, and I'm not even going to start with the Philidor. That'll be the subject of the next video. Today we're going to talk about the most basic defense available, and it works for the defender in about half the cases, and that is the back rank defense. The back rank defense works only with knight and rook pawns on either side, obviously, and if your king is properly positioned. So the requirements for the back rank to work are that your king be in front of the pawn, and also be in one of these two squares. So it has to be the 8th rank or the 7th rank, and that you are able to put your rook onto the 8th rank. So let's play for black here. So we've established the back rank defense now. Now all black has to do is shuffle the rook, and there is no way for white to make any progress here. So let's say he tries this. If he checks again, remember, always stay to the corner, always. And there's no way that, let's say he tries to do something like this, that would just lose to a check, and there's no way to make any progress. You can try it on your own, there's no way, it's impossible. So let's change it to a knight's pawn. That's kind of the more classic, oops, it's a bishop's pawn. So here, let's establish the defense. You'll notice that there's no real, besides the way I'm trying to win with white, there's no other real way to try to do this. Here, for example, remember, again, you go to the corner. You don't want to go to the center. That's very risky, and you'll probably end up losing if you do that. So let's go here, and for example, let's say that white tries to pull some shenanigans doing this. Then again, this check is the key. Okay, so it seems pretty simple. It's just putting your rook on the back and the king on the back. But remember, this only works with rook and knight's pawns, and it's important that you remember that. And I don't want to just have you memorize that. I want you to know why that's true. There's a very good reason. The rook and knight's pawn are very close to the edge of the board, so that white can't maneuver on that side. He can't go further than the edge of the board. To exemplify this, let me change this to a bishop's pawn and show what happens if you try to establish a back rank defense here. So let's say, I don't know what I'm doing, and I say, because this position is still a draw, you can establish I think it's called I always call it the H&L defense. It's Hungwitz and something defense, and black can still draw this if he knows how to, but he can't use the back rank defense. He has to use a different defense. He has to put his rook here actually to establish a draw, but he doesn't. He's going to try to do the back rank defense because he doesn't realize that it doesn't work on this pawn. So let's see why it doesn't work. Now here's the key difference. We can go to the other side of the king with the rook, and it's impossible for black to prevent losing this. They're threatening checkmate. They're threatening to win the rook, so he's got to play something like this. But after this check and this check, he will lose the rook. And this works because there's this additional spot. There's an additional file. So that's why the back rank defense will not work here. So a player that knows the endgames will see this position and say, I can establish either A, the Philidor defense, which would be established by playing this move. Oops, sorry. That would be a draw, or I can draw by playing the H&L defense, would be established by playing this move. The Philidor is easier here, but anyway. Next lesson I'll show you the Philidor, and I will show you the Lucena, which is the basis for all of Rook Endgames, and then we'll go on and I'll show you all the different defenses, and there's a lot. So